Oh my goodness, what is up? Welcome to Mates of Fate on Monday night. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness, if you've never been here before, this stream is home to 3 original homebrew campaigns and a lot of charity one-shots like this one, even though it's a 3-shot. If you'd like, you can go to matesoffate.com and get links to all our socials. We got an Instagram full of super dank RPG-related memes, our Twitter, which is not that good. You can give us a follow down below, or if you're watching this VOD on YouTube, you can like, share, and subscribe. Is that what the kids say? I'm really bad at this. Am I doing good? Okay, great.
Yes.
Thanks as always to our friends at Syrinscape for our epic sound. Visit Syrinscape.com if you want to kick your home game up a notch. But here's the important thing. Tonight, we're raising money for the Trevor Project. I'm so stoked about this because it's going to be extra fun tonight. So listen, if you haven't heard of the Trevor Project, they are a super stellar organization. For over 2 decades, Trevor has been working to save young LGBTQ lives by providing support through free and confidential crisis prevention programs like Trevor Lifeline, Trevor Text, Trevor Chat, Trevor Space. If you are young, queer, in need, they got your back and it's all free. So that's not all. For every donation you make tonight, if you use the little QR code down there or hit the link in the chat when it comes rolling through every 5 minutes, if you make a donation through that link, 100% of it goes to Trevor Project. And if you make a donation of $5 or more, you get to pick a reward. I'm so excited about this. You can pick from one of over 30 donated awkward teenage photos from our friends. So the players here, members of our Discord community,
nice.
You get to pick. Some of the innocuous ones start at like $5. Some of like the incredible ones go up to $20. And we got our first donation already. Thank you so much. Let's see what reward our new friend Bree picked. Hunter teen photo. Yay!
Yay!
Thanks, friend.
Thank you. School picture. Okay, I got this. I got buttons for this. Is it going to completely derail our roleplay tonight? Yes, it is. Do I remember which one is it? It's $20. Okay, I got that. Put the $20 button. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Well, that was worth every penny anyway. Tell us about this, Hunter. What's happening here?
What picture came up just now?
You're in a really sexy dress.
Yeah, you're doing a grand plie and a skirt and a bustier.
It's incredible.
Well, I could just say the word college, and I feel like that would be enough.
Got it.
I was in the theater department. We had like an honorary theater fraternity, and we had an extensive costume department, and we were not subject to humiliation, but we just wanted to dance in dresses, and I got dibs on the leather one.
There's nothing humiliating about this. It looks incredible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't take
you
it
look
off
good
for
in
like
that
2 days.
Thank you.
Nor would I.
I'm sure it's very free.
That is
It was.
amazing. Thank you, Bree, so much for your donation. Sorry it wasn't the one I picked. I had 36 buttons to program in the span of 20 minutes today. But, you know, it's all for a good cause. It's all for a good cause. So, more of that where it came from. Hopefully not when we're like, oh, something tragic has happened in roleplay, but here's a picture of me in a funny costume when I was 13. It is what it is. Welcome to Twitch. Oh yeah, just wanted to say thank you everybody who donated. Sarah, appreciate you. You donated like $1 million. Hunter donated a bunch for us. Mike, aka a Bard Most Brave, has donated several against his will, but we've been friends for 20 years, so we didn't have a choice. Alicia, Songs of Creation, Matt, our DM, our other Matt G, has 2, and one of them is so good. So good. Blue Pitch Gaming, B-Way Marshall, we got a lot of friends and family in here, so make a donation. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the ones we unlock too, I'll add to the slideshow at the beginning for our next game. It's going to be great. Won't take too long, but Hunter, hey, can you tell us where people can find you on the internet? Because they're going to want to find you on the internet if they haven't already.
Sure, you can find that specific picture. You have to go through like a little dark web situation. Oh, just Jen. Gotcha.
Don't do that.
I am
condone
one
this.
half of. Oh, I am one half of Genasi Quoi. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, where we make D&D funnies and music with puppets. And I was interviewed by a lovely guy named Oren Cohen, which is really on YouTube. Good. I have a second interview with the full Genasi Quoi coming out in a couple weeks, I believe. I'm starting a podcast, a comedy podcast, so that'll be on Spotify soon.
I didn't know that.
And I will be on, there's other secret things. I'll be around doing.
Just check out the internet and you'll find them.
And on Wednesdays, I'm on Quest Junkies UK in a regular campaign.
A Wildmount campaign. I love that one.
Wildmount campaign, yes. And based on that, I am doing a charity one-shot next Monday with some really high-profile, awesome guests as well. Yes.
Can you tell us anything about it yet?
Can I?
Can you?
Please? I think so. Maybe.
It's not like they're going to kick you off the show or anything.
What are they going to
do? Later that day. What? I ruined everything. We will be doing a charity one-shot for the Kaleidoscope Project, which is a lot like the Trevor Project, based in England.
Nice.
This story will revolve around my character's backstory because my character is 1,200 years old, so there's just a lot of meat there.
There's a lot of it.
And we will have guests from some high-profile streamer TikTokers who are really, really awesome. They're
not going to kick you off. It's about your character, but that's fine. I'm going to keep it as a surprise.
I do want to keep it as a surprise.
Cool.
I think I can. Yeah. But it'll come out in the next couple of days. So just look for the socials.
All right. So we're going to shout out Quest Junkies.
I just followed you on Instagram, so now I just have to remember to, actually check Instagram.
I know.
That's the trick.
You mean you don't get your primary dopamine source from micro hits of likes and reels?
No, I get my dopamine by looking at idiots on Reddit, but that's okay.
There. He's being modest, by the way. He's got over 50,000 followers on TikTok. Genasi Quoi is very good. Give him a follow.
You're very sweet.
I'm too old for TikTok.
I don't understand it, but every couple months I log in on the Maids of Fate account and I like something that Hunter has done recently. I'm like, it's good. I approve.
That's how we became friends. You just reposted my stuff.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
I was like, you deserve to be more popular than me, and you were within weeks.
I'm glad the friendship had blossomed, and I get to meet everybody here. So
show me your ways. Teach me.
Tell us how
I don't know what I'm doing.
Step 1, get a puppet. Step 2, existential crisis.
Profit?
I'm still on that one.
Okay.
I can work on that.
I have lots of masks. I make masks. Does that count?
Yes.
Okay.
Right on. I think that's it. Are we ready to play?
Yeah.
Are we ready to do this? Are we ready for emotional damage?
Let's hit me
Always.
with that emotional damage.
All right, we're gonna go to
the. Thinking about this since the last time, so.
I have to get my shoe.
This is part 2 of 3, by the way. Come back. I think our final game. It's not final. I'm gonna make them come back for more. Is on Sunday night. So be here Sunday night.
I have no idea how we're gonna wrap this whole thing up in 2 episodes.
We're not. Welcome. This is how I trick people into a long-term campaign. Thanks for being here. All right, let's go to the intro. And we are back. Hi, kids. So, Our story continues in a little place nestled in the South Dakota Badlands, right on the border of Wyoming, our version of a little town called Belle Fourche. The town of Belle Fourche is a place out of time where the past and the present collide and mingle like a forgotten dream. In a town like this, sometimes you get deja vu. It's a town stuck in the 70s with this rippling undercrust of teenagers quietly fighting to bring their families into the 90s with them. Like it or not, everyone knows you. Everyone knows your mom. Everyone knows about that thing you did when you were 9. Everyone here knows everything about everybody. Or at least that's what you thought up until this morning. The clay mining industry here dominates the town's economy, and it's the lifeblood of the community. Families are interconnected through their work in the mines, and their stories are etched deep into the earth. One of the old mines has been closed since your parents were your age, and the old miners you see around town, like the ones who haven't died yet, they look older than they should be. The year is 1999. It's mid-October, and these small-town streets are rolling with fallen yellow and orange birch leaves. The night sky is dark with steel-colored rain clouds, and the temperature is quickly starting to drop. And yeah, look, there's Blockbuster, and wallet chains, and AOL, and The Matrix, and spiked hair, and everything was great! Up until yesterday, everything was fucking rad! But something happened. Something is happening. Something is wrong. The town of Belle Fourche is a place out of time where the past and the present collide, attempt to coexist. Like different eras of time are trying to emerge under the soil of the earth. If you really stop to think about it, you wonder if other towns feel like this. Like time moves a little strangely here. In a town like this, sometimes you get deja vu. So at this moment, it is 10 p.m. on Saturday night. An almost full moon has disappeared behind a curtain of storm clouds. And there are currently 6 kids between the ages of 12 and 17 riding their bikes down Main Street in the pouring rain as fast as their tired legs can paddle. The nighttime fall air is just too biting to be outside on a bike right now. There's ice-cold pellets of rain stinging the kids' faces and nearly blinding them between the streetlights. 20 minutes ago, one of the kids, the quiet boy named Elias, apparently had an alarming vision that he shared with Meadow. Normally silent, Elias began to scream that something had happened to his twin sister Abby, that she was taken, that she was gone. And when Meadow touched Elias in an attempt to comfort him, she was pulled into his vision, and they both saw a small bedroom belonging to twin siblings, torn apart in a scuffle, floor covered in the shattered glass of a broken window pane. And 6 kids jumped on their bikes and began to ride away from the Wicked Raven bar and back into town toward the trailer park to see if Elias's vision was real. So hair, clothes, backpack soaked from the rain, numb fingers holding on tight to the bike handlebars. These kids have never all hung out in the same group before, but as they tear across town on 2 wheels, their bond begins to grow in a weird way. It feels like they already really know each other. Like there's more than just this moment pulling them together. In a town like this, sometimes you get deja vu. So, Luis, you are the slowest of the group, but you are also by far the most determined. So when the rest of the kids begin to tire, you double down your resolve and you stay focused on getting the youngest home to Amber safely. So bringing up the rear of the group, Luis, means also you're the first to sense the flashing lights behind you. You're the first to hear the sirens. You're able to give the other kids in front of you a shout of warning as they approach so they can swerve their bikes in the shoulder of the road. There's 1, 2, then 3, then 4 sheriff's patrol vehicles fly past you and your friends. And then all of your ears are filled with the scream of sirens approaching and then blasting past you an electric shower of red and blue emergency lights. So what has been going through Luis's mind for the past 20 minutes riding his bike here?
I think Luis is all about Amber, honestly. I mean, these are her kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, although he finds them annoying and distracting and annoying, he cares so deeply for her. She's the only person who has ever really sort of understood him. And to have her in distress is the last thing that he would ever want for her. So he's just thinking about what he's going to say. He started, for some reason, 20 minutes ago, he started singing this song that he heard on the radio called Iris. And it's super catchy. It's from some movie that just came out with Nicolas Cage. I don't really know what it's all about, but it's not important. What is important is that... Oh, and Meg Ryan's in it too, or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really like Meg Ryan. Well, what is important is that the lyrics are great. If there's anything that Luis really knows about music, if it's not music, because he can't sing very well, it's the lyrics. They speak to him. And so for every song that lyrics really sort of key into him, he'll just remember them. That's the sort of... Maybe that's his... besides the cooking, which just is natural. He just picks up lyrics and he remembers them the first time. Every time. He stopped singing when everyone else started looking back at him. I think maybe one of them probably said, "Stop." So he did. But yeah, the cop cars freaked him out. Yeah, that's not good. How often does that kind of stuff happen? Where the cops are just like, how many cop cars was that?
You counted 4.
Have I ever seen 4 cop cars? Like driving down the road top speed?
Nope. Not in this town.
Did they come from behind us or in front of us?
Behind you. Alright, so Amy, you're the fastest. You've always been the fastest. So you're neck and neck with scrawny little Elias. Like in one moment where it seems like he's going to collide with a cop car, you're right there to reach out and steady his handlebars. It's a little harder for you to maintain that momentum because you're more of a sprinter, but you're on it. So what's been going through Amy's mind as she leads the pack back into town?
I think that Amy, sort of like I said at the end of the last session, like Amy, for the first time in a really long time, like actually feels driven to do something other than running. Like this, whatever it is, seeing that kid freak out, see the way he looked at Meadow, knowing this kid is Jack's friend and she would do just about anything for Jack, she has no idea what's going on, and she's really freaked out because the weird like Sonic thing in the bar, and then the kid with the glowing blue eyes, like something really weird is happening, but it's also the most interesting thing that's happened probably ever in her life. And for someone who has just been stuck in this malaise of hating where they are and not finding anything interesting, she's really caught up in just the nowness of this moment and pedaling even harder. And when she sees those cop cars go past, like once she makes sure Elias is okay and not going to fall off his bike and crash, she just gets like a burst of adrenaline and starts pedaling even harder. Like the burning that she was feeling in her legs completely disappears. It's like when she's hitting like the last burst of a sprint in a race, and she doesn't even notice that she's cold and soaking wet and riding a bike in a mini skirt anymore. She just starts tearing down the street as fast as she can to get there and see if the cops are going where she thinks they're going.
So she's having one of those like key moments in adolescence where you're not a kid in that moment. It's like one of your first taste of adulthood. Like she's being a pretend grown-up for just a moment.
Hell yes.
Never really been
in a
asked
way
before.
that she was not able to accomplish at the bar that night when she tried to get a drink.
Yeah.
like this might be that feeling she was looking for.
Okay. So what about Meadow? Like, since the moment you got on your bike, Meadow, your mind keeps coming back to time spent with your grandmother. So what's a memory you keep recalling?
Well, Meadow's trying to fight this lump that's rising in her throat. She keeps feeling a little guilty for not taking her grandmother more seriously. Like, maybe she could be more helpful in this situation, and it's the first time that she's really wishing that she could see what's ahead rather than what's behind. And she remembers one of her earliest memories of seeing her grandmother forming a little vase on a potter's wheel, and the blue lines of the clay just forming into this vase, but also kind of forming into images. And then she just shakes her head and keeps pedaling.
Fantastic. Now, June and Jack, you two are in the middle of the pack, basically like pretty evenly matched with each other stamina-wise, trying to keep up with Elias. He is faster than you are, so is Amy. But you two are also kind of side by side, so when you do have a minute to catch your breath, what are you two like saying to each other on your way back into town?
What was that? What did you see?
I saw the Moondogs.
The Moondogs?
Yeah, the band, the Moondogs, and they did something at the Wicked Raven, and Elias was like a conduit so that I could see it. Maybe this is why Elias is always quiet, because he's always seeing things, and then Meadow saw something because of Elias, and so Elias saw Abby. We should have brought Abby. Why didn't we bring Abby?
So it was just supposed to be you and me, and we were going to hang out, at the Wicked Raven and just... I don't know. I wasn't expecting anything to actually happen. I thought we were just doing something nice for Elias to get him out. And now he's glowing blue eyes and blue tears, and your blue eyes are glowing blue, and you're seeing things. The air is all screwy. Everyone's screaming. I don't know what's going on, but I'm terrified, and I'd like it to stop now, please. Thank you.
I bet the Moondogs wanted it to stop too. I mean, we're dealing with something so much bigger than us, man. Just... This is decades long. I think...
He said Abby's gone, but she was in that diner this morning.
Maybe it's not about Abby.
I still have no idea what vision is or how you could have one, but was Abby in this vision, or someone like Abby?
Not mine. We'll check with Meadow when we get there. And I guess Elias, but I don't know how helpful he'll be. Oh, and then the cop cars and the deputy's gonna be there, and he's gonna get in the way. We can investigate this. We can do this.
I don't want to investigate, man. I'm just your friend. I'm trying to be supportive, and I know we're bonded for life and all that, but this is getting freaky, man. I just want to go home and go to bed.
Jack, I think it's always been freaky. It's just we can't bury our heads in the sand. Abby, she's nice. She's the nicest.
She's nice, and she's here. She's not missing. I want to bury my head in the sand. That's where it's comfortable.
So shortly, you kids will be pulling up your bikes off Main Street into the neighborhood. into the trailer park where, June, this is your neighborhood, and Elias lives next door, as you know. Are you all following that path? Are you all following Elias?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
assumption, like, where did we say we were going at the end of the last session? Did we say that we were rushing to get Elias home?
Yeah, I
We
think
were going to his
beelining
house to
towards
see what was going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think emotions are high, so we're going to just probably do the kids bursting into a scene they probably have no business being in.
Perfect.
Okay. Just trying to recap on where they're going, why. And it seems like the police are heading that same direction. Is that accurate?
That's exactly what it seems like. You're able to
Okay.
see across town, like, the flickering of lights bouncing across, like, off clouds above in the distance. And it gets lighter and lighter, or brighter and brighter as you get closer to the trailer park. But your tires come skidding into the gravel entrance. So there's mud and rain. You all are soaking wet. Some of you are shivering. Like, if you could feel your body right now, you would feel goosebumps. But you're all kind of more like adrenaline oriented right now. But all the homes here, all the trailers are wet. So they're all brightly reflecting the light of, at this point, it seems like half a dozen sheriff's office, like, police cars. And it's kind of tough to get through. You don't need to dismount your bikes yet. Like, June, you know exactly where to go. So you and Elias kind of take over the lead at this point. But it's tough to get through because now neighbors are coming out. And you see them, like, coming out of their front doors and, like, hanging out by their mailboxes in the rain. Like, they don't care. They just kind of want to see what's going on. You guys would follow Elias and June through the neighborhood. And June, you notice right as you ride your bike up to your house, you're going to have to hop off in a second because the end of your street is just barricaded with deputy vehicles. But you notice in your house, all the lights are on and your front door is swinging wide open. And all of you at this point, like, you're just blinded by emergency lights and a flurry of activity. You see sheriff's deputies everywhere. It's chaos.
As we're all hopping off of our bikes, I'm gonna, because I would have been maintaining speed right with the two, just behind the two of them. I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna just, like, really quickly put my hand on Jack's shoulder and pull him back and say, if anybody asks, I was watching you guys tonight. I don't know what you were up to, but that's the story. Got it?
Weren't you in the Wicked Raven?
It doesn't matter. I wasn't supposed to be there, and neither were you. So as far as anybody else is concerned, I was watching you guys, okay?
Watching?
Whatever, I know. Jack. June, sorry. June. I was watching you guys, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Do I notice my father?
You notice
Anywhere.
a couple things, June. In the chaos, as you dismount your bike and walk past your own front door, your foot kicks something. And you hear the wooden clink of it hit your sneaker and goes rolling away in the gravel, but you look down and you notice it. It's your dad's baseball bat. Like the one that he keeps in the coat tree right next to the front door. That goes rolling away. And then as you look in the direction of Amber's house, Elias's house, you see your father is face down on the ground, currently being handcuffed by a police officer.
I will go do my 12-year-old best to interrupt. Like, just kind of splattering in the mud, like, hey, get off of him, and like kind of shove the police.
Mm-hmm. As you do, it doesn't take much with your bronze score. One of the deputies kind of puts her hand on your chest. She's not completely restraining you, but she's just trying to like keep you away from your dad. And you see him look up with recognition. He looks very scared. And he makes eye contact with you. June, you gotta get back in the house, boy. Don't worry about me. It's okay. And he
Dad,
looks.
what's going on? Dad.
You know I wouldn't hurt this family, son. I heard Miss Amber screaming, and I came to help. They're my neighbors.
We came to help you. What happened, Dad? And I'm just gonna follow him as far as they drag him, like to the window, face pressed against the window eventually.
Yeah.
That is all the intention that June has, to try to get information of what the hell's going on.
That's kind of what you hear going back and forth between like you and the deputy, like the deputy that has her arm around your chest and the deputy that has your dad on the ground. You hear him trying to explain, I just heard Miss Amber screaming and I came to help. I would not hurt this family, I swear.
I know, Dad. I know. That's... Elias saw something and we got here as quick as we could. What'd you see?
And as you say that, June, Luis, you see Amber Johnson take note of Elias, ignore the rest of you guys, but go running up to him and pull Elias into her arms. She looks beyond relieved. And after holding him for a few moments, she starts looking around at you. I thought something happened. Oh, baby, I thought something happened to you kids. Oh, God, you're okay. Where's your sister?
Elias just kind of shakes his head and looks at the ground.
What do you mean? Where's... Amber looks to you, June. Where's Abby? Is she with you? Is she with you?
I think June is a little inconsolable at the moment and will kind of do that kid thing of like, there's just a lot of saliva in the words, like he's just blubbering out and it's raining and he's just trying to go like, my dad, like he's trying to connect 5 different thoughts of, I didn't mean to, my dad would never do.
Amy's
Elias
gonna go
saw something.
pull June into like a hug, like sort of from behind, like just one of those like, hey, it's okay, I got you, buddy. And even though they're like the same damn height,
I think he's gonna thrash a bit, but then not necessarily calm down, but get tired.
Yeah.
Especially from the bike ride through the storm.
and as she's doing that, she'll look over her shoulder and say, "She wasn't with us. I'm so sorry."
You see her face fall with hope and then broken hope and realization. Oh my God. Oh my God. And she runs into the house. Another deputy follows her. And then the fat one, Jack, that's always hassling you, like Deputy Williams, comes bumbling up to you guys with his cowboy hat, like keeping the rain out of his face. All right, you kids need to back it up now, you hear? You need to take a few steps back.
What happened, you fat fuck?
Don't you take that tone with me, young man. Not on a night like this. I will bring you in too. Jack, do you want to make a charm check? Are you trying to accomplish anything, or are you just mouthing off?
I really want information. Like, I want to know why his dad's getting arrested, right? Like, I really want the information. I recognize the way I'm doing it probably isn't going to be effective, but if I just keep doing it, maybe eventually I'll get some. I could do a charm check, but I mean, it's not going to go well.
So he gestures, the Deputy Williams gestures to the other cops in the area to try and get you guys backwards, like away from the excitement. All of you except Elias, who they're letting stay with his mother. Back it up. Go on. Go on home. There's nothing to see here.
Gonna stand her ground with
The shin.
gonna stand her ground with June and say, "Hey, you just arrested his dad. I think somebody should tell him why."
The one deputy that had her arm on June's chest is now going to try and push you guys backwards. And she's trying to be empathetic, like she looks down at you. We're trying to figure that out. Please step back.
Wait, you're saying you arrested? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Can I try to fade into like all the distractions and everything? Just kind of use my unassuming abilities to kind of go around them and go towards Elias's mother.
Yes, you absolutely can. Does that cost anything?
It's one of my abilities. Unassuming.
Awesome.
But I don't. Sorry.
I think I have it open.
Even if it costs an adversity token, you have one. I was just curious.
I'll pull it up real quick. Unassuming may spend 2 adversity tokens to not be seen within reason.
Okay. I think I only have one, so maybe I can't do it.
I think if you want, since you are unassuming, you can try to do it and we'll just lower the DC on that if you'd like, because I think that would be an extremely cool thing to do. I remember how these things work and what all your stats are. I know what I'm doing. Make a...
Amy will gladly cause a distraction by arguing with the cop while she does this.
Yeah. I think a flight check, Meadow. Can you make me a flight check? But let's just say, like, because of how unassuming you are, we'll say that's like a 5.
Okay. I got a 9.
A 9. You are clearly able to evade being seen. Do you want to narrate what happens when you get closer, or are you just trying to get information?
So I'm trying to get closer, and I wanted to figure out where the other cop is, because I want to get close enough to, is it Amber, right?
Mm-hmm. The mother.
I want to get close enough to Amber to let her know, kind of what I saw, and if I could gather any information.
You are able to slip inside the trailer behind Amber. There are already 2 police officers inside this trailer investigating. But because you're so quiet, and maybe you just have that air of someone who's supposed to be there anyway, they don't really give you a second thought. So you can follow Amber into the twins' bedroom, and it looks exactly like what you just saw maybe 25 minutes ago when you touched Elias. Like, there's broken glass on the floor, there's clothes all over the floor. It looks like there's been some kind of struggle, and their window's broken open and rain is starting to pour in.
So it takes me aback a little just seeing it for real and knowing that I saw it before. And I just go and say, "Excuse me, Miss Amber, I know you're..."
She has tears in her eyes. I'm sorry, who are you?
Right, my name's Meadow. I live down the road. Miss Alice is my grandmother.
Okay.
I just wanted to, I wanted to understand what was going on, and if I could do...
Why are
anything
you in my
to
house?
help. Because I saw this happen, and I think I'm supposed to do something to help.
You were here when it happened? What do you...
No, I
You
was
were
on the
here?
other side of the
You
town.
saw it?
I saw it from the other side of the town.
Her
wasn't
yelling that brings both deputies into the room, so now they're at the doorway, kind of like observing this conversation now. What did you see? Where is my daughter?
I don't know.
What did you see?
I saw someone break in from the window, and I saw someone take Abby.
You see, as she doubles over to try and compose herself, there's another deputy standing in the doorway. "I'm sorry, miss, we're going to need to bring you in for questioning. Can you come with me?"
Sure. Yeah. I can. But I try to look around to see if I can see anything at all in the room. I mean, does it look like the glass was broken from the outside?
It does. It looks like the glass was broken from the outside. And since you're taking a moment to study, you would also notice that there is paper on the kid's desk with scribbles on it that look like maybe just doodles, but they kind of look like infinity symbols. Like somebody was drawing.
Infinity symbols. Okay. Can I try to take the note without anyone noticing?
Yeah? What is that stat? I don't play kids on bikes that often. I want to say that is that's another flight check, I think. There are 3 grown-ups watching you, so let's go ahead and say that's a 10.
Okay. Come on. No, I got a 5. So as I grab it, I take it and I sneeze into it.
Okay, please, the deputy, please don't. You need to put that back. This is a crime scene, miss. You're definitely going to need to come.
I thought it was a
now.
tissue.
You can take an adversity token for that.
Thank you.
So the kid's outside. You now see Meadow, all 6 feet of her, being escorted out by a police officer and being helped into the back of a deputy vehicle.
Well, I'm already yelling at one deputy who's just said we're trying to figure that out. And as Meadow is doing this, I'm like, what do you mean you're trying to figure it out? You arrested him and you don't know why? And at this point, she like lets June go, and she's like, I would say she's getting up in this woman's face, but this woman is probably like 8 inches taller than her. She's just like shouting at her like a feisty small dog from the ground.
Oh my goodness, this is fun. You want to make a... Why don't I have this thing memorized? Do you want to make a fight check for me?
It would probably be a charm check. I
You
think
wanna make a
fight
charm
is
check?
Fight is physically fighting.
Yeah, I suppose if you're
charm
keeping your
is
hands
trying to
away.
persuade people.
What is grit? I have yet to understand what that.
I think that's like your ability to withstand adversity and not lose your shit when stuff gets tough.
Yeah, physically
Probably
or
Constitution.
emotionally,
Yeah.
you're tough.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like Constitution, but includes feelings.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, so I need a D12.
Oh, I'm supposed to give you a difficulty too. She's pissed, Amy, so I'm also going to say
Right.
that's a 10.
I got an 11.
Okay. That is a mild success. How does she respond to you?
I think that seeing, like, I think that I'm not hugging June anymore, but I'm still holding his hand, and it's very clear that I am this upset because I'm worried about this kid who I'm assuming she knows is now parentless while his dad is in jail. And so maybe seeing that Amy's really just trying to protect this kid and get some information for him, she relents a little bit and will give me the bare minimum of why they're arresting Jerry.
So that's what she would explain to you then. Oh my goodness, we just got a huge raid from our friends Bards of New York. Thank you guys. I was watching them all evening and they were really fun. So I'd say what she gives you is the bare minimum, and she doesn't arrest you, which is pretty decent when you think about it. She just explains with kind of a sigh. Someone broke into this home. This man was here with a weapon. We need to take him in for questioning. He's not being arrested right now. We just need information. Okay?
Amy is not happy, but she also does realize that she's surrounded by cops. She's not an idiot. Like, as soon as she heard that, like, he's not being arrested, she's kind of like, okay, all right, we can work with this.
It sure looks like he's being arrested. You're beating him up
What?
and you got cuffs on him.
Jack! Not
Yeah, why he's
helping.
got cuffs? He does have cuffs on him, and he was face planted in the ground. If they just want information, I'm sure my dad would be happy to answer any
I thought I
questions.
told you kids to back up, and now the
That's
fat
an
deputy
awful
is
lot
just
arresting.
like looming over all of you, trying to physically push you backwards without assaulting you.
I shove him in the chest as hard as I can.
Oh,
Amy is like, okay, Jack,
Jack.
you're on your own, buddy. June, come on. And she's going to pull June back over the, back
This is my buddy's dad. I'm
to the bare
Ryan,
edge of the
motherfucker.
property line, which is probably like 4 feet away.
I'm going to like kind of do the break Amy's wrist, like kind of slap him down, like just like basic defense technique, and then place myself in between Jack and the deputy, and just give that like the like violent version, like not violent is the wrong word, like determined version of like puppy dog eyes from a kid. Like June's eyes are like incredibly bloodshot, but incredibly determined. Like snot is running down. Also, I would like to think that this is incredibly tight-knit trailer park community. Like, there is curiosity for sure, but I think it's more because of this deputy has sowed seeds of just not trusting the local police as much, and they are easy prey, that there is like a kind of closing in of the perimeter of people.
of like the
So
neighbors.
June is like an advocate in that moment of like, he was fully right to push you just now. You guys need to get out because this was so mishandled.
I love that. All right, so Jack, you just shoved a deputy who's so much bigger than you. I'm gonna need you to make a bronze 16 for me. June,
Ooh,
bringing that like vehement feeling of community support behind you. Go ahead and make a charm check, but we'll make that a 6.
And actually, he's a kid trying to influence adults, so he gets a +3.
Yes, he does.
That's right.
Is that
I
true?
get a +3.
Yeah,
I'm
because
pretty
you're
sure he gets a
rebellious.
Okay.
Oh wait, no,
And-
he's a
what was
kid.
the-
He's not a teenager. He's not a teenager.
June's
Are
a
you
kid,
teenager or
Jack's a
kid?
teenager.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Maybe kids have something different that I have to remember.
Well, I've got
I feel
+1
like
for
they
my
have.
brawn in that box there. So what was the DC on that?
16.
16.
I
Oh,
have
that's
8
right.
on my charm.
8.
Kids get the fast healing thing. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
looking out, though. Thank you.
I try.
Oh my god. Our friend Beatdown just made a huge donation. Thank you so much. Oh, we're so glad you guys are here. Thank you on behalf of the Trevor Project. Really glad to have you.
B-Town. I love that man.
So June, while Jack is figuring out how badly this is going to end for him, how are the neighbors? How are the neighbors beginning to rally around you and the other kids?
I think this trailer park is fairly substantial as far as like populace because of the kind of mining shutdowns, and there's like a little bit of kind of economic downturn. Like my dad Jerry watches over Amber and the kids. I think that sort of is prevalent among every sort of trailer, and they're a little bit closer than most trailer parks just for the looking after each other. And the cops got here quicker than we did, so everybody's been assessing faster than we have. And now that there has been like June is Jerry's kid. Jerry, they're saying that he's going in for questioning but got face planted, probably an experience that most of them have had with no sort of recourse. And now Jack is standing up for June and June is standing up for Jack. So now that ball is being tossed to all of them. And so there are, you know, that like mechanic strength where you see people just like, they're just wiry and they just have muscle from a lot of hard labor.
Scrappy.
You get a lot of, yeah, just really chiseled jaws and people, and also just some like, you know, porch grandmas that are like, I will, you know,
I will get my shotgun.
absolutely. So the perimeter just got like so close around these cops and can definitely feel that breathing in. And plus the thunder and the lightning is just creating what an atmosphere of rebellion.
I love
So with
everything about
that-
yeah. How did Jack roll on his brawn?
I 12'd it, which is it explodes. Is that what happens?
Oh yeah, you explode
Oh, yeah.
your die. You
If
get
you
to
got
roll again.
D12.
Yeah.
And add them
Run it
together.
again?
Wait, it's a D12 on your brawn.
13 because there's a +1 on that. So I just
So
wait, then I just
roll your
need
D12 again and add 13.
Just a couple. All right. 5. So okay. So I got it.
That is
Alright.
actually a big success. So by
Holy
2,
crap, that's amazing.
you were able to shove Deputy Williams much bigger than you. What happens when you do? Jack kind of has control of the situation for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jack just shoves this fat bastard with all of his might. And I guess he wasn't necessarily expecting that, and he just kind of like stumbles back a step, the deputy, and looking around, recognizing that the deputies are seriously outnumbered now by the occupants or the neighborhood of the trailer park, and recognizes that all right, just get out of here, you know, just tries to get him to leave without escalating, because he was getting ready to kind of like go back with force on Jack, and then he kind of got his wits about him, seeing the surroundings, that maybe he just needs to accept that loss, take the L, and then, you know,
Yeah.
Do you
let it loose. Yeah.
do you think he rolled on the baseball bat as he took a step back?
Oh,
Nice.
So you could get like eye level.
Oh, that. See, that sounds great, but I didn't think of it.
It's a team sport. It all counts.
Sure. Okay. So, all right. So let's treacher that a tiny bit. I get on him. He does roll on the bat a little bit, and that's when maybe he's on the ground, getting ready to grab me, perhaps. And I'm looking at him face to face. That's when he looks around and sees, okay, the 6 officers are now outnumbered, and the next.
Maybe he tumbles into the officer escorting me to the car.
Okay, now we're taking it a little far.
It is chaos. I mean, there's a lot of activity going on out here.
So let's say that he
triggers the car to start rolling down the road.
He didn't roll that high.
Nuclear power plant, which explodes. And
I will say that as much as Jack annoys the shit out of Amy, she really enjoyed watching that. Like
So
that just gave Jack a tiny little in her mental estimation.
So yes, so Officer Fat Fuck realizes.
Wow, how'd you know his maiden name? Honestly,
His maiden name.
so
Please,
good.
my father was Officer Fat Fuck.
Or Sheriff.
Call me Duke Schnozzle.
So in this moment, he recognizes how Jack is staring him in the face, all pissed off, and he's catching himself and getting ready to shove the kid back, and he realizes very quickly that there's more people in this trailer park than they could possibly get back up. The next town is hours away, and they only have 3 people. So de-escalation is the name of the game here. So he's gonna be like, all right, and you can do the voice. Everybody, chill out.
You can see it pains him too. It pains him to take the L on this one because of his pride. He gets up acting like he didn't just fall on his ass.
Yeah.
In the mud.
As right after this happens, one of the deputies is helping Jerry to his feet and begins escorting him to the same police car that Meadow, you were being escorted to.
At which point Amy notices that Meadow is being taken to a police car and is like, Meadow!
Meadow's not handcuffed. She's just being gently escorted by the elbow.
Meadow, what's going on? What? Jesus. You two, stay there. Don't hit anybody else. And runs over to Meadow.
So I did something stupid, and now I gotta be questioned. That's all.
Okay. I think I'm gonna stay here with June because somebody's gotta. Do you have Jerry's number?
No, I don't think so.
Wait. And then
Here,
that's when
just
she
write
sees
it.
Jerry being led to the car. So she's
I'll talk to him when I'm there.
Jerry, I'm gonna stay with June. You guys, please call me when you're out, Meadow. I can come pick up your bike in my car tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hope I don't put my foot in my mouth more and then just end up sleeping in jail tonight.
She kind of looks puts her reaches up, puts her hand on her shoulder, looks her dead in the eyes and just goes, keep it simple. And then doing that friend connection, you know me, I know you, you know what I mean by this. Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck. Back to the kids.
June, as your dad is being led away, he looks at you kind of with a bit more resolve, with his hands cupped behind his back, but he has this look like the boy I'm leaving behind is the man of the house for a bit. And he kind of yells to you stay strong, son. I'll be back soon. It's all connected. Do you understand? It's all connected, Barry. An officer starts putting him in the car.
I think he's just going to protect the microphone in the audience here. Gonna just scream "Dad" with that voice breaking that you kind of hear from kids going through puberty. Just wailing.
So, the rest of you that are a little more level-headed at the moment might notice at the other end of the road there is a parked car. and you can see the headlights shining on everybody, but it's not a police car. And you're kind of surprised to see who's sitting behind the wheel. Who is sitting in the driver's seat of this car right now?
Ooh.
I picked our last random, so somebody else is up.
So I feel like Meadow's in a cop car, so I probably didn't see this.
Who's seeing it? From whose eyes?
So I say that goes to Matt then.
I already did a random person. I did the gym teacher.
Oh, you
last
did.
time.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about Dr. Julia?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
the doctor, yeah.
Okay.
All right. That reminds me that I need to open up the world building document. I don't have that open.
It is
Oh, that's a good one.
It is very unusual right now because all of you have mostly ever seen Dr. Wynn, like, when you needed your shots for school or when you sprained your wrist that time, but you've only ever seen her in the clinic, and you know she does not live in this neighborhood. She's driving a Buick Skylark. It's the nicest car in this neighborhood right now. And as she realizes that whichever one of you just noticed her, she quickly puts the car in reverse and drives away. Let's fast forward just a bit, unless there's something else you guys want to do at the crime scene.
Well, Amy said that she was going to stay with June so that he's not alone. But, like, as, cop car drives away with Meadow and Jerry, and I'm assuming Elias goes into the house with his mother at this point, unless you're going to narrate that he does something. She's going to turn to Lulu and Coda, who've just kind of been standing there watching this chaos unfold, and the weight of what has happened starts to settle on her, along with the fact that she's soaking wet and freezing. Like, I think maybe her teeth start to chatter a little bit as reality, and as the adrenaline subsides and reality starts to creep in a little bit more, and she sort of goes over to them, actually looking as small as she is for once, which isn't often. And she's just like, sorry that my plans for the night, didn't anything. I'm gonna stay with June because I don't think he should be here alone, but I'm kind of freaked out. Would one of you stay with us? Or both of you? I feel like it should maybe be more than just the two of us.
Talk to Amber.
Okay.
Coda kind of shrugs, like, I guess I can stay. What did that man mean? It's all connected.
That is gonna take a little explaining, and I'm gonna need some dry clothes before we get there.
Okay.
She's gonna go kind of collect June where he is crying, and just kind of I don't know, Hunter, you can tell me, but it sounded like he was kind of spent at this point. Now he's just kind of crying and upset.
I think there was that kind of 90s movie trope of he was crying hard for probably 30 seconds as the cops left, and then kind of grabs the mud, kind of squeezes it, gets very determined, pops up, keeps hearing the it's all connected, and when somebody's in trouble, especially a parent, their words have an incredibly more amount of weight there, especially as he's going. So he's going to beeline toward his dad's notes. So the corkboard of conspiracy, all that sort of stuff.
So she turns thinking that she's gonna ushered this crying, broken kid into the house, and in like the 20 seconds that she was talking to the two guys, June has rejunified. She turns around, she's about to reach for you, and you take off into the house, and she's just like, okay.
I think you would hear that he's just muttering, it's all connected, so the
And
kind
she
of
just kinda-
normal conspiracy nut that June is kind of cute about is now full blown.
she's
Has
like, oh,
drive.
so in her mind, she's like, oh, it's gonna be one of these days. Okay, I need dry clothes, and is gonna follow him into the house, motion for Coda to follow.
Coda will follow into June and Jerry's trailer for sure.
Yeah.
Question.
And then
before,
you can fast-
before Coda
sorry.
goes, Luis just puts his hand on Coda's shoulder and says, Coda,
Yeah.
if you make sure you're connected, the writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble, you may fall.
He,
Understand?
he stares at you with a super intense look. No, not at all, man. No. And he just
Just
turns
think about
and follows Amy.
it. Coda, think about it.
He gives you the middle finger as he's walking away.
Oh my
So-
God.
He shakes his head.
So, question for you all. I imagine right now, like, Amber followed Meadow into the trailer to find more information. Elias kind of stayed outside, taking it all in. Go ahead. What's
I
he
have an
doing right
idea
now?
For an Elias ability moment.
Yeah,
Mm.
here it is.
Okay. Elias POV. Everything is happening. There is a cacophony of sound. There are the trailer park inhabitants arguing. There's the deputy falling in the mud. There's the sirens blazing. There's the rain on tin roofs. There's lightning. There's Elias's mom crying. And so we kind of go from first person and slowly backing up from a third person bird's eye view. And the vision gets blurry, like you're seeing it through a foggy window because of the rain. And the red and blue lights and the lightning grow out of focus and kind of mold together as the camera, as it were, backs up further and further. And we see eventually all of Belfouche. And from
Where did it go?
three parts of the town at each mine, the Fellchurch mine, the Mothrin mine, the Old Woodland mine, he sees with thunder flashes different profile angles of Zeke. And as time goes, he sees that blue marking from Zeke's skin across the land of Belfouche, like a parasite through like a circulatory system. And then everything suddenly becomes in focus. And then just the scream of Amber and Abby layered together. And then the camera zooms back into Elias's vision, and I think he kind of falls to his knees in the mud at that moment.
And if any of you are watching Elias in that moment, like, you would have seen his blue eyes glowing in the night, bright blue, and then brimming a little bit with tears that were also glowing like electric blue. But when he falls to his knees, it all looks normal again. Oh, I love that. Ooh. I don't even remember what was going to happen next because that was so awesome.
I think
So,
Luis was going to go
because-
talk to Amber. Oh yeah, we haven't actually said what's happening with Jack yet. That's true. What
So
he's
Jack
doing.
is sticking with June. Wherever June's going, Jack's there.
Thanks, buddy.
When you follow them into the house, you definitely get an eye roll from Amy. She's like,
I just give her like a look.
she goes to the phone and calls her parents just to tell them that, oh god, it's one of those things, like, she doesn't want to tell them the truth, but she know, like, that Jerry was arrested, but she knows they're gonna find out probably in the next 15 minutes anyway. So she tells them that she was with June, she was watching June, they were out, they came back to this mess, and she's gonna stay with him until Jerry is released so that he's not alone.
Question for you, Amy.
Not to worry.
Did anyone answer, or did you get your parents' answering machine?
It's Saturday night. I think my dad answers, and he's kind of distracted. Like, I can hear a keyboard in the background, and I can tell that he is clearly brought his work home with him again. And it's got that tinny 90s speakerphone sound. He's definitely put her on the speakerphone in his office and is only half listening to what she's saying. Like, definitely doesn't really hear the Jerry was arrested part, but does hear the staying over at June's to keep an eye on him.
Okay.
And he's just like, okay, honey, sure, I'll see you tomorrow.
Poor Amy.
Just, it's fine. Dad's Y2K thing has got him all worked up.
Absolutely.
He's like backing up his data every other night. There's like a stack of external hard drives, but like the big 90s zip drives that are like the size of a small tape recorder.
Adam and Coach.
There's like a
Getting-
stack of them on the side of the desk. 'Cause
PTSD, Sarah, stop it.
You're welcome. He's like
12
backed up.
megabytes each.
Yep, that's why it takes 2 just to back up all of his work data, and he's done it like 3 times now.
So, Meadow, you being unassuming, at this point, you and Jerry are in the back of a car together. The car hasn't left yet. Is there anything Meadow would want to say or do before she kind of drives out of the scene?
She sees she's not going anywhere because she doesn't want to get in trouble. So she just turns to Jerry and is like, Mr. Jerry, I heard you talking about everything's connected. What does that mean?
He starts, like, nodding. He recognizes you from, school because he works there. It's all connected. I think those people have had their eye on that family for a long time. It all means something.
What people?
Brothers and sisters of time. I know it. I know it. People say they're not real, but I think they are real.
What are the brothers and sisters of time?
Oh, I hope you got time. It's a long story, miss.
Well, I'm stuck in here with you.
It all began in 1974, and he's gonna start telling you the most, like, haywire, bonkers story you've ever heard in your life. Beginning with, like the origin of Belle Fourche and visitors that come through it, and, like, cockamamie theories about what happened to the mines and when they closed. And like he's going out of his way to not name any of your neighbors because he doesn't know if like you're affiliated with one of them or not. And then he kind of gets the feeling right when he starts talking more about the brothers and sisters of time, kind of has this realization like you could be one of them, and he gets quiet.
Well, I'm not one of them.
Of course you're not. Of course you're not, Miss Meadow.
I know, because that's what they would say if they were blah blah blah.
Your grandmother's a good woman, and I respect your family very dearly, but perhaps I've said too much.
It's okay. Did you see anybody though around your house tonight?
No, I was inside. An Unsolved Mysteries about to come on, and I heard Miss Amber screaming, so I ran out.
Was she saying anything?
She just said the kids are gone. She said it was a broken window and the kids are gone, and where's my kids? It was calling their names, Elias and Abby, and I just ran over to help.
But she said somebody had an eye on them for a while. I mean, you have to know as far as like any of them what they look like, right? If you saw somebody watching them.
I've seen cars in this neighborhood that do not belong here, Miss Meadow. Strange things always by their house. The Johnson family, they've been in Belfouche for generation upon generation. There's bad blood in there. Strange things in that family.
Well, I just want to let you know that I'm on your side, even if you don't trust me.
I appreciate that, miss. I'll be on your side, too, and I do not trust you, but I respect you very much.
All right.
Do we want...
I've never been in the back of a cop car before.
I wish I could say the same, miss.
June comes by it honestly.
Should we skip back to what June is up to now? Or Luis? Or Jack?
Luis said he wanted to go talk to Amber.
Right. So, I mean, if Amber's still in the house with Elias...
Where is Elias right now?
I think... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Meadow, since you now have to go, if you want to tell us what Elias is doing and where he's going right now, you can drive him for a bit. Where's Elias right now?
Elias is with his mom, but kind of just like sitting on the steps to the to his front door outside.
So the cops are gone, right?
I wouldn't say all of the cops are gone, depending on how far you wanted to skip ahead. I'd say there'd be at least one police officer there all night to night.
That's fine.
But over the next couple hours, they start trickling out.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So Luis sort of sees all of his... they're not really his friends. They're just sort of people who he knows. He doesn't really have a lot of friends. But he sees them nevertheless sort of going in different directions. He doesn't necessarily feel anything when he sees Meadow in the cop car being taken away. When Jack attacks the police officer, he doesn't feel any kind of sense of shock. When June's father is carted away and June is standing there defiant, tears streaming down his cheeks, Luis is just standing there kind of not oblivious, but just kind of stone-faced. And when Amy is screaming her face off, like, as she puts it, like a little dog that is going against someone much bigger than herself, Luis he doesn't feel anything. He doesn't feel like he's enjoying it. He doesn't feel like he's against it. He's just sort of like, he feels like he's watching a movie. Like, all of these things, all of these occurrences, all of these people, it's not that they don't matter to him. It's just he doesn't feel connected. Which is weird that guy said that everything is connected. And in his mind, he has to say the things that come out of his face. So that song just came out of his mouth, and he felt like he had to tell Coda that. But now Coda's gone. So he realizes that the only reason why he was really there in the first place was to talk to the only person who really actually mattered beside his mom. And that's Amber. So he sort of shuffles up the steps towards Amber. And Elias is sitting next to her. And I think Luis says, Hi, Amber.
So, Luis, you've known Amber maybe most of your life, at least since your mom hired her 10 years ago, since you were a little kid and she was about your age, more or less. She's been working in the diner for your mom for that long. This woman's been through some shit. And you know she's been through some shit, and she is stoic, and she puts up with all of it. She puts up with all the bullshit of the dumb boys that she's dated, and she puts up with all the pinches of the dudes in town that try and grab her as she's serving them coffee, and she just takes it with grace. And now when she sees you, she gets to her feet and just collapses into your shoulders, just crying. Because she knows you, and you're safe, and you're like family, and no one else around here right now is that connection for her.
Luis doesn't know what to do. Like, his hands just sort of like instinctively come up, but he doesn't know what to do with them.
And she's undeterred by that. Like, she just uses you as a safe place to break down for a couple of minutes, honestly, until she gets herself together and kind of forces herself to breathe. And then you see she turns it off. And her face is covered in tears, but you can see she just shut it off, just like that. Sorry. Thanks, Lulu. And she's just a little numb inside now.
Right. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, you don't have to apologize. He sort of like just sort of side glances this way past Amber to Elias. Hi.
Alicia, how does Elias respond to that?
He's just looking at the ground with his eyes really wide. And he doesn't seem to hear you.
Amber kind of like leans in close to you, Louis, so her son can't hear. He looks just like his daddy when it gets like this. I hate it.
Luis doesn't even know how to respond to that. Amber. Oh, I want to help. I want to help.
I know you do, Lulu.
No, I mean it. I mean it. I want to help you.
I need you to tell your mama that I'm not going to be at work for a bit until we figure out what's going on with Abby. Your mom will know what to do, okay?
Okay.
You're a good kid. You can go home, okay? We'll figure this out.
Can I say goodbye to Elias?
Of course. Eli, honey?
Hey. Sort of walks over to Elias. Elias is, as you say, staring directly down at the floor. His eyes are wide, like he's seeing something. Sort of looks down at the ground, like where Elias is looking. Like, what are you looking at? I'm gonna go now. Okay? So, gonna help your mom find your sister. We'll get her back, okay? I mean, we'll find her. Sorry, I'm not really good at these kinds of talks. And then Elias looks at Luis. Sort of slowly tracks up at the ground. And cocks his head in a very strange way, like he's seeing Luis. And his mouth drops open, like he's seeing something absolutely horrifying. And he screams. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do anything. I'm sorry, Amber. I gotta go. I gotta go. Bye-bye. And he jumps onto his bike and he fucking just jets. And he still hears Elias screaming. The cops like run out with their hands on their guns. And the cops look at Amber. What did he say? What did he say? What's going on?
And she has no response. He just has episodes sometimes. Honey, you're okay. You're okay. And she like tries to rub Elias's back. Yeah.
And then his eyes go right back down to the floor.
Elias is afraid of Luis. Which begs the question, too. It seems like Elias isn't really seeking the comfort of his mom right now. Nick, who does Elias seem more drawn to right now? Like the most drawn to?
You're forcing me to pick now and not set up a dramatic moment like Matt just did?
You can set up a dramatic moment. We can save that. We can just say he's just chilling on the porch until you decide.
Who's just chilling on the porch? Elias. Is that what you're saying?
Elias, yeah. We can just say Elias is just chilling on the porch until you tell me otherwise.
Oh, I'm driving now.
We can cut to the boys inside the trailer, if you'd like.
So, yeah, I'm not quite ready for that one yet.
Nice. Okay.
I'm putting some wheels are spinning, but I want to do it right.
I like it. Sorry, Matt
In the trailer.
makes a very high bar. Go ahead, Amy.
I'm trying to figure out the timeline on that. I feel like that's been a while. But inside the trailer, Hunter said that June was beelining for Jerry's notes. So when they go inside, she kind of realizes how wet she is, and that this is not going to be okay for the rest of the evening. So she kind of looks over at Coda and says, "See if you can find any food." And she heads down the hallway because she's stayed here to watch June a bunch of times. She knows her way around. And she goes into June's room and because they're about the same size, and just kind of opens up his drawers and finds a pair of school sweatpants and a soccer shirt or something, a random t-shirt.
It's got a raccoon on it.
Yeah,
raccoon.
Because you said he was the mascot, so she finds a school t-shirt from a soccer championship a couple years ago, and a pair of sweatpants. And goes into the bathroom to dry off and change into something dry. And emerges 5 minutes later. She's got her hair wet, still wet, just knotted up in a messy bun on top of her head. She's changed into June's clothes. She goes to her backpack, where she always has dry socks and her running shoes, and puts them on. And then emerges into the kitchen to help Coda try to find something to feed these two kids.
I'm so sorry to ruin your monologue with that, but I realized I missed a redemption.
Oh, you did?
Carl redeemed Songs of Creation Dia, Matt's best teenage photo I've ever seen in my life. Thank you, Alicia, for sending that without Matt's permission. That's incredible. It's all for good cause. Amazing. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Matt, if you're watching, if you want to get him back, I got
it just went away. Make it come back.
Oh, yeah, can do. Actually, can do. I got a button. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Matt, you won retaliation. I got even more on Mike.
Oh, there it is.
You want to see his hat phase? Just saying.
Wow. That's
Just saying.
Oh, this is good.
that's a thing that's now happened on stream.
That is very good. Nice.
But in fairness, all of these I took from Facebook, so they're already out there.
Yeah.
No one can.
Are they public on Facebook?
Maybe not, but you know.
Well, they are now, baby.
No one can hurt you as much as you can hurt yourself.
Oh, not the
Oh,
truth.
that's deep. Woo.
So,
So
Coda,
who is?
Yep.
So yeah, quick review here. So who is in the trailer right now? So we've got. So we're in June's trailer. Right. So June's here. I'm here. Amy's here. Coda's here.
Yes. That's
and
who's there.
Lulu just went home, and Meadow
Lou's-
just
Lou's
got taken to the police station.
Meadow got taken to the police station.
And Elias is off with
He's next door on
his
the
mother.
porch.
Okay, got it.
Next door on his porch.
So Amy comes out of, I guess, out of the bathroom or out of the room or something like that. And
Out of the bathroom. She went because she
Out of the
went looking
bathroom.
for a towel to like towel herself off before changing into June's clothes. She like left all of
So-
her shit like draped over the shower rod in the bathroom, trying to get it to dry out.
So Jack's just kind of like trying to catch glances, but like not be obvious about it.
So
Of
what a
course he
shit
is.
heel. Such a believable 14-year-old boy, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's definitely he's working on something. So he's just while he's doing that, he's still like trying to focus on June and what do you think he's talking about? What is it all connected? What does he mean?
Hey, Jack. There's a lot here, and Jack is going to kind of proceed to like kind of scatterbrain monologue. As much as like a conspiracy theorist would
You mean June?
monologue something with some sort of through line or stream of consciousness, the regurgitated version is from a 12-year-old is kind of what June is saying, but with a little bit more information, which kind of has renewed some sort of sense, some sort of like growing up moment just happened. So he's like, hey, Jack, okay, so we know that Elias had a vision that he shared with Meadow that Abby was gone, and we came here and Abby was gone, which stands to reason that what Elias showed me actually happened, which means that there's something with the Moondogs, and that would stand to reason that everything about the Wicked Raven is true. And the Fell Church mining accident, and I'll pull off like a map and kind of roll it on the floor, is the mining accident happened right below the Wicked Raven, and one of the Moondogs carved into the dirt. So maybe the earth of the town was angry. And so if all of this is true, then for sure there's a Badlands beast that took my mom away. And I was starting to kind of doubt that maybe my dad was just scared, but we're so deep in it right now that for sure that's what's going on. And maybe Elias can help us find the beast too, but we need to find Abby first. And so the Raven, it did ban all the music, and then there's so many rock bands that died that played here. So maybe there's something that's gonna happen to Abby, and that can't work out because we gotta stop that. But Elias knows too much, and he's being overloaded with all this stimulus, and all I have are these stupid pieces of paper to try to figure out what's going on. And so maybe
June. Okay.
we just just got to figure it out.
Okay. So, I think I'm finally starting to believe you. There's plenty of evidence to support all the ridiculous things you've been saying now. I just, but your dad, like, why would they think your dad did it? And what?
Because they don't want to know the truth, Jack. The Sky King cult. That is what we are known by in this town. There's something about them that just doesn't make sense. Not in that they were crazy is easy. You can just say crazy.
Was your dad
just
part of the cult?
No. But I think he's getting close to the truth. And so he's easy to arrest. Because he knows the truth, or at least he's close to it. You know? And I'm going to, Jack, you will see littered on more than a corkboard, just like all over the walls, all over the windows, are so many scrawled infinity symbols on all of this. Just in the margins of pretty much every single note, showing that it's connected.
Is this kind of like your Charlie Day moment? Always Sunny. Just
Absolutely. We've shared that gift so many times.
Yeah.
Kid's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Starts chewing on it, you realize it's candy.
So I'm
honestly,
just looking around at this.
I think June is probably chewing like nicotine gum. That he just found one day, and now he's got like a weird habit.
So Jack is just looking around the room, soaking this up. How long have you and he been doing this? I've been here before. I've never seen this.
And you'll kind of see behind you is like a curtain, probably. Like a heavy curtain that is kind of bisecting a room.
So they can't see it through the windows?
Right. Yeah, the windows probably have like red tape on them. You know, something a little innocuous.
How long have you been doing this?
You know, Jack, my mom's not around. And my dad is... Yeah. My dad is all I got, and I guess when you're close with someone, you just share secrets. And I think my dad is seen as a little crazy because he's responsible for more secrets than he should. And maybe I was helping with that. So all my life.
All right. I get it, man. I get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ever doubted you. You have to understand, like, from the outside, none of this made sense for anyone but you and him until tonight and now.
Until it went wrong.
Well, it's been going wrong for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
for decades.
So is this trailer really where you want to be right now?
He's gonna like pupils dilate and kind of that whatever that camera trick of things zooming in, but
got rack focus. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Rack focus.
No. And he's going to take probably 3 or 4 pieces of information that kind of cluster everything together. So about like the mines, the clay, chronocytes, notes about the mine disasters coinciding with Wicked Raven times. Jack, let's investigate not the ghosts, but what happened today. It just happened. We should be outside, finding clues for Abby. We shouldn't be in here. You're right. Let's go.
And like
these cops aren't going to do it.
Amy's been half listening to this as she's been like bustling around the kitchen trying to like find food to feed 4 humans.
Yeah, you find like a party tray of bagel bites.
I've got, yeah, I was saying she made pizza rolls and like a big pot of Chef Boyardee. Like there's like 3 different kinds of Chef Boyardee. Lulu would shit his pants if he saw what she has just made on the stove. She probably even makes a comment to Coda at one point as she is dumping like a can of SpaghettiOs on top of some Chef Boyardee ravioli and is like, if you say anything to Lulu, I will kill you. And then Skin stirs it all up, is heating it on the stove, and she sees the guys like beelining for the door. She's like, what the? And like
Mud tracks in, mud tracks out.
pull, not even the mud, just like, God damn it, I'm just trying to keep these kids in one fucking place. Like, pulls the pizza rolls out of the oven. She's like, I made pizza rolls! Damn it. She's gonna, like, shove one in her mouth, spit it out immediately because it's too fucking hot.
Always.
Always.
Shit.
Coda
ritual.
goes into a cabinet and he finds like a brown paper lunch bag and just holds it open for you to dump them in so you can take them on the road.
I do, because we have established that Amy is constantly hungry. So she's like, takes her bag of pizza rolls and just like looks at the, like turns off the stove, puts the lid on the pot, and she's like, whatever, it's been in a can for 10 years, it'll be fine. And then, fortunately, I already had her running shoes on. So, grabs her backpack real quick. Or, like, goes to her backpack real quick and grabs her mag light. She has a little flashlight she keeps in there. You know, she got a car, had to be safe, so Dad gave her a flashlight in case she drops her keys. So, she grabs the flashlight and just follows them outside with a flashlight and a bag of pizza rolls, like, what the fuck is this night?
It's still raining, so her clothes are getting wet again.
Oh, God damn it.
Fresh
Sure.
clothes.
Thank you for pointing that out. 14-year-old Irv. Whatever, I'll just raid June's drawers again.
A couple notes. Number 1, I salt the door as I leave.
Very nice.
Number 2, I have an ability called Treasure Seeker, which means that, or Treasure Hunter, excuse me, may spend 1 adversity token to find a useful item in your surrounding. So when I go outside, around the trailer, kind of like a greater perimeter, I would like to enact this ability to try to find some sort of clue to Abby's disappearance.
Some sort of clue. Do you have to spend anything for that?
Yeah, I'll spend an adversity token, so they'll knock me down to 1. I'll be more specific. I don't want to find a clue to Abby's disappearance. I want to find a clue that implicates properly someone in Abby's disappearance that did the actual kidnapping, because exonerating my dad to June specifically is more prescient of a thing. So I need something less of Abby's and more of question mark.
I like this. So as you kids are wandering around the outside of the Johnson trailer, June, like Jack, for you it's just mud, but June is in his element. He is a scout, born and raised his whole life. Like, he can tell you every kind of animal track that's within 50 miles a year. You spot it.
That's done. That's done. That's done.
It's dung all the way down.
A lot of dogs in the trailer park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
June, you find a key card to grant access into the mine. Like an employee access card.
Which mine?
The one that's open. And it is called...
Is that... I don't think it's Feldchurch.
No, Feldchurch, I'm pretty sure is the haunted mine.
Feldchurch is haunted and Mothran just closed, and the other one is
Woodland
called...
Crater.
Woodland Crater. Yep. You find an access card. It's not labeled, like you just see WC on it and the little logo. But it's an employee access card to Woodland Crater Mine.
Employee key card. to
So-
Woodland Crater.
As you pick it up out of the dirt and you're wiping the mud off of it, You look up and Elias is standing right in front of you, which you didn't even hear him. You didn't see him get off the porch and follow you guys around the back of his house. He's just standing right there, and sort of wordlessly, his little tiny hand extends from the sleeve of his oversized hoodie, and he just kind of places his fingers lightly on the card, and you see his eyes start to glow blue. And I'm going to activate my Elias ability.
Yes.
So he can touch an object and see its history.
Oh,
So for this,
teamwork.
there's actually a mechanic for it, and I'm going to try my best to not botch it, because Views from the Dungeon was very kind in holding my hand to try and explain the math to me, and I didn't get it for 2 hours.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll 2d4 to see how much Elias can get out of this, and we'll call this a DC of 4.
Wait a second, D4? Nope, that's not good. There's one. All right, 2d4, let's go. That is... Ooh, 7.
Wow.
Okay, so 4 minus 7 is a negative number, which means it's actually a success, even though a negative sounds bad. These rules make no sense. I hope they fix it in 2E. Oh, and Blue Pitch Gaming just redeemed a picture of Alicia. Hooray!
No boy.
Yeah, look how cute you are, Alicia. Oh my goodness. Thank
Do they
you,
get to
Blue.
pick who they reveal?
Yeah, it's actually, if you make a donation, you get to pick the reward, and you get to pick the person and the dollar amount. If it costs more, it's gonna be a really good picture, but this one's also a good picture.
Oh, that's
Thanks.
adorbs.
Thanks for
Yeah,
sharing.
that's super
Thank you,
cute.
Blue. Okay, that is a great success. June, you just let him do his thing. You have so much faith in this kid at this point. As soon as you find it, if he wants to touch it, of course, you're going to let him touch it. So Elias just gently places his finger on top of this access card, and you see his eyes again glow bright blue. June, because you're also touching the card, you can see what he sees. That's the way his power works, is whoever's touching Elias at the time can experience what he's experiencing. So you see time also almost going in reverse. You see the inside of this card, this card inside of a pocket of just coveralls, You see it fall on the ground, and then you almost see from the card's perspective motion around it, like a man's boots. And then it kind of rewinds a bit, and you can sense the movement of a car, and it's in high speed. This is all happening very quickly. But then you can sense it was on a counter this morning, and it was picked up by a man with very gruff hands, reddish white skin. You can tell it usually lives on a hook right next to the refrigerator. You can't see the owner, but you can tell it lives in an apartment of some kind.
Can I see what's on the fridge, magnets?
Yeah. Yeah, with a roll that good. Yeah, you could see what's on the fridge.
When it fell from the pocket, was the intimation that it was lost and picked up by someone it didn't belong to?
It seemed like it was dropped by its owner.
And then picked up by its owner?
No, it was picked up by June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The vision June got in reverse was basically somebody had this card in their pocket all day. It went from their apartment to here.
Gotcha.
A day in the life of a pocket item.
So, yeah, what specifically was on the fridge? Anything like a kid's drawing that has their name at the bottom, or postcard, a receipt?
There's a power bill. You recognize there's a magnet that's a lot of families had with the plastic fruit. There's a report card. At a quick glance, it seems like it's really bad grades.
Okay.
But it's a flash. It's tough to pick out really fine details.
I'll come out of it, take a kind of big gasping breath.
Another one.
Oh my gosh. Elias, is this happening to you like all the time?
He just nods you
Yeah.
and then kind of shrugs.
I will, just kind of for the sake of brevity, explain as best I can to the immediate group what I saw.
I think Amy probably, like, because she was chasing after you, she probably rounded, but stopped for pizza rolls. She probably rounded the corner right as this moment was ending. So,
Okay.
like, just as, like, the glow is fading from the eyes and you're snapping out of it.
So you're explaining that to Jack?
Yeah, I'm explaining it to Jack, and when Amy arrives, I'll kind of re-explain it.
Yeah.
A little bit
I
less.
think I kind of walk in, like, on the beginning and the explanation and
Okay, great.
get most of it. I'm kind of, like, right now, Amy has been kind of tangential to all these moments without actually experiencing much herself, and I like it that way.
So Jack,
Kinda
it's a...
keeps
go ahead.
her slightly on the outside for the moment.
Jack, it is a weird coincidence, and it's entirely up to Jack if he would mention this or just process it or not think anything of it, but you have fruit magnets on your fridge. And your dad hung up your report card, even though you wished he hadn't, so that's weird.
June, that sounds like my fridge, man. Do you think my dad was here?
June is going to mentally review what Jack's father's hands look like. Which is not something maybe he really paid attention to, so he's just going to have like 30 seconds of like kind of almost like doing a math equation in his head. Just
around a mouth of pizza roll, Amy says, "Exactly. You guys are jumping to conclusions like crazy."
Amy, I agree. I just don't think Abby has enough time to not jump. We got to take what we can get. And we have Elias. That's like such a superpower, you know? We got to take what we get and run with it, you know? You know all about running.
Yeah, I know all about running. In races, not after criminals. I mean, this is nuts, you two.
So as Amy comes around the corner, Elias just looks up at her and sees her shoving her another pizza roll into her mouth. And he just kind of drops June's hands and walks over slowly to her and just kind of wraps his arms around her and just kind of leans his head on her shoulder and just kind of doesn't weep, but if he could, he would, if you know what I mean.
Amy is very taken aback by this. She's only interacted with this kid like once or twice. And she's like, hey, oh, hey. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. She's like kind of like rubbing him in the back. She's like, it's gonna be all right. Hey, it's okay.
And he doesn't really react, but he just kind of... You already thought he was holding as tight as he possibly could, but somehow he squeezes a little bit harder.
She hugs him back. She feels for this kid. He's traumatized.
Quick interruption. Thank you so much to our friend Ironhead for the donation. I knew this was going to show up sooner or later. Here is me and a Bard Most Brave at our senior prom. There it is. The babies. Oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
Yup.
Come on. Lag, catch up. Show me the picture.
Yeah. Thank you very
I know
much.
mine's so far behind.
Thank you, Ironhead, for putting me through this.
Oh my god.
It's all for
Amazing.
charity.
Oh my god,
Outstanding.
it's amazing. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I
You
drove
guys
in
are so cute.
We were so cute. We just went as friends. We do everything as friends to this because we couldn't get dates because we were late.
Oh,
Jeez. At least you had a prom, okay? That's all I have to say.
I didn't go to mine either,
cool.
man.
No, I didn't actually have one.
Oh.
Okay.
I went to an all-boys school.
Oh, bless.
I was going to say, this sounds like something we need to get into, but it isn't.
This is not for now. This is
I had
later.
one. There was crazy drama. A girl and her boyfriend got into a fight, and he tried to drive away and drove over her foot, and they had to call an ambulance. It was great.
Oh.
A
That
real
sounds like a
problem.
blast.
I don't remember that much in my senior prom. Theoretically, maybe someone and their best friend date might have gone to this prom and smoked up in the parking lot, and then the rest was kind of a blur. But it was a lot of fun. I think it was a good time. I think we were out in the lawn for a lot of it, hypothetically.
Hanging onto the lawn for a lot of it.
If I hold onto the grass tightly enough, the earth can't fling me off.
Yeah, Mike's right. We have not aged a day.
Nostalgia.
Love you, buddy.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. Go
I
ahead, you.
I'm going to address the immediate group with Coda included, I think.
Yeah, right now.
Okay, guys. I think we have enough information. Jack, I think we need to go to your place and we gotta ask your dad what's going on. Let's go swing by, get Luis. I think he went into Amber's trailer, and I gotta go see my dad, and we gotta go get Meadow out of there. Meadow, I think maybe there's the key to what Meadow saw that she doesn't even know yet.
My dad didn't do anything, okay? He didn't do anything.
I don't think he did. He just has his key card here. So we could just return it and ask him why it's here.
Why do you
Outside.
think it's here? He didn't do anything.
I don't know, man. But if I didn't find
Nobody
it, then the
said he
police were
did.
gonna find it. Yeah.
I mean, does he know Amber? Maybe they're friends. I don't know who my parents hang out with half the time.
Jack's just gonna shut up and follow him. He's pissed. Not at them, but at his dad or whatever his dad was doing.
yeah.
He totally believes his dad would do some shit, but doesn't really
Anyways.
understand why.
Uh,
He only
I'll-
believes his dad would do that shit only because he doesn't know his dad well enough to know that he wouldn't.
Ooh.
What
Mm.
kind of car does Janitor Jerry drive?
Hunter?
Ooh. Jeep Wrangler.
Like an old army one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's enough room for everybody. Amy's gonna be like, fine, but I'm not riding my bike in the rain again. And she goes back into the trailer. She carefully steps over June's salt line because she's been through this dance with him before. She knows what's going on.
Smart.
Carefully steps over the salt line, grabs her backpack.
I will side eye Amy and go like, okay, she stepped over it, not a ghost.
Grabs her backpack, grabs Jerry's spare set of car keys from the junk drawer by the sink, and looks over at June and is like, does your dad have any kind of weird, deadlock stuff? If I try to start his car, is it going to explode or die if I try to turn the key?
He turns a screwdriver in the ignition. So
Is that just because he doesn't know where his keys are?
let's go with yes.
Okay, why don't you guys wait over here while I start the car just in case? And she's gonna
I'll-
go.
I'll go get Luis in the meantime and kind of
I think
explain.
Luis left already.
Left, yeah.
Luis
Oh,
was
you
This would've
can
been
only
after-
left.
Yeah, Luis.
This is after
Luis
the
got on his
screaming
bike.
fit.
He just beast started fucking pedaling as soon as he started screaming. Luis is actually traveling. What time of the day is it, or night? What time is it?
This will be almost midnight at this point.
Okay.
I mean, we might overtake him.
Yeah, I mean he's on the road.
Yeah.
He's on the road. He's going somewhere, but yeah.
Okay. I thought he was just outside the trailer park, but no, he's gone.
Oh no,
He's-
I've been
Oh,
I've
he
been
was-
riding my bike. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. At the speed that he currently pedals his bikes, you will probably overtake him in probably about 10 minutes. Like, let's just be
Well,
honest.
here's the thing too. Like presumably he's going home, and we live in the same apartment building, so
Oh,
That's a-
Yeah, there's
that's
that
what we
too.
do.
That's a big
beauty
presumption.
of it. Beauty. Ooh.
Hey,
Oh,
look
wow.
at the character relationship sheet I sent out. Thank you.
Wah, wah, wah.
Man.
All right.
So,
Uh,
So
I'm gonna bring a bunch of tools to put in the Wrangler thing. Like June has a huge backpack. I'm gonna bring Jerry's backpack.
Oh,
and
dear
just
God.
Lay it in the back, like big
Amy is
army
also
couple kind of thing.
Amy is
So-
also gonna leave just like a quick note for Jerry that says, I took your car, it wasn't stolen, June is being June, I'll make sure he's safe. And she tacks it on the front door so that Jerry will see it when he gets home. Like, not inside the house. She doesn't want him to panic when he sees his Jeep is gone. If all their bikes will stay there and the Jeep is gone, she's hoping he'll look at the door and see the note.
So, real quick, I want to switch over to Meadow. Is there anything like you as a player would like to see occur in the police station? Or do you want to fast forward to like your parents picking you up in the morning?
No, I definitely don't want to fast forward to my parents picking me
Okay.
up.
All right.
I so she gets out of the cop car and Jerry is in front of her. They take Jerry right into like the questioning area,
Mhm.
and Meadows kind of just like waiting and putting on this this kind of like look of a, she's trying to make herself look as stupid and adolescent as possible, like deer in the headlights kind of look, and she's starting to just like come up with a plan when one of the officers kind of calls her to their desk, and she sits down. I don't really want to waste your time, but I kind of just like I got a little carried away, and I had a dream that I saw something, and now like I had a lot of time to think, and I'm thinking that maybe I just was hallucinating. I don't know. I'm just
The cop starts like rubbing her hair back and like retightening her ponytail. Okay. You're Alice's. Are you Alice's daughter? You're in her family? You're that family?
yeah, that family.
Okay.
And she
Yeah.
kind of uses that too as kind of just a way to be like, yeah, we're all crazy. Don't know what we're talking about. Just
Can you make me like, since she kind of knows your family is kooky dukes, can you just make me like a charm of 6?
no, I can't.
Can you try?
Can I use wait a second. Can
You
I
use an adversity token, I think.
I was
Oh, you get a second adversity. No, wait. Yeah, you had another picture come up tonight, so you get a second adversity
Yeah.
token. Anybody who had their picture like on stream tonight gets
Okay.
another adversity token because that's adversity in real life. Pretty good.
can I use
That's
my
unfair. That seems like the more popular. Never mind.
You
can I
didn't
use my
give me
grit
any of these.
to-
I'm sure yours would have gone by now.
You got one last week.
And
Hey,
we
man,
used,
I gave her cheerleader photos and nobody has banked on that yet.
I
so
maybe
my-
raised the price too high because I love them
Okay.
so much. But we'll have discount cheerleader photos next week.
That sounds
Yeah,
inappropriate.
I regret it as soon as I said it. Meadow, how'd your charm go?
Well, I was asking a question. Could I possibly use grit to kind of make it seem like I know exactly what I'm talking about and in this situation, and I'm kind of just trying to play it cool, like this is all just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, like you can use grit because you're keeping in your composure together so well. So sure, yeah, you can give me a grit of like 8 because this has been a very stressful night.
Okay. 11.
Great. So how does this officer like making this connection to your crazy grandmother, you being in that weird hippie family? How successful is Meadow with this interaction? Like, how's that go?
You know, I know you think it's like silly, and it is silly. I mean, my family's crazy, but it does make a really good bachelor or bachelorette party kind of idea. And like if you ever wanted to, you know, do something different, because this town's kind of like tiny, small. We've got a coupon. You could like go for free sometime if you wanted to.
What, like pottery for a bachelorette?
No, it's like you know, if you wanted to do some kind of like tarot card reading or pottery, you could like do paint night. I mean, I think they do. You could like, we've got some kombucha, hard kombucha. You could, I don't know if you know what that is. But
I do not.
yeah, it's kind of like wine, but it smells like feet. I'm not selling it. It's good. I mean, it'll do the job.
Okay. How about you stop talking? Maybe we just assume you've apologized for wasting everybody's time for saying you witnessed a kidnapping.
Mhm.
And
Sorry about that.
we call your dad to come get you.
Yeah. Could we not call my dad? Because he's like, he would talk more than I do. You know,
I
he'd
don't
probably
really
try to
want
make you.
anyone in your family to do any more talking tonight, if that's okay. Who do you want me to call?
Can you call? And then she's kind of trying to remember Amy's last name.
Callahan.
Callahan. Can you call Mrs. Callahan? And then she just gives Amy's phone number and prays to God that she kind of catches on quickly.
Yeah. Okay. You got it. And she just like leaves you at a desk, kind of taking in the weirdness of the rest of this night in the police station around you. Amy, is your mom amenable to be receiving this phone call from your best friend?
It's around midnight. Mom is probably... Yeah, she's probably, like, got a glass of Chardonnay and is reading a magazine by the fireplace, like, maybe half asleep.
So bougie.
Pretending she's not asleep yet. Yeah, so 100% so bougie. Your mom is super bougie. But yeah, the phone rings and she kind of, like, snaps out of her, I wasn't sleeping, half asleep. And, she'll answer. Do you want me to play my mother?
We can skip over anything, like we don't have to do every single detail,
Yeah, no.
but we can say like, yeah.
I would say mom answers and yes, understands why Meadow doesn't want her parents coming down to the police station. And after thinking for a moment to inquire where Amy is, then it's just like, oh, it's fine. Tell me when I get there, and she'll go down and pick her up.
So Meadow, question for you. You've just been left unsupervised at a cop's desk, and there's a stack of files that they've been working on there, but one of them is about something that catches your eye. What does Meadow notice on this cop's desk?
She notices the same infinity symbol that she saw in the room, and she sees a list of a few names. One of them being Dr. Julia Weiss, I think, or Wynn. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then she sees something about just a quick glance of the where is it? Sorry, I had my notes up. I'm trying to find the places. She sees like the Old Bullock Ranch was listed on there.
Cool. Is there anything else that you like want to point out happened to your character or with your character before we switch scenes?
She sees Jerry being escorted out of the room, and he appears to still be in handcuffs, and they lead him to the back where she knows there are holding cells.
So he's not going to be coming home soon. All right, let's flip back to Jack and Luis's apartment building. So, Amy, Luis, were you able to connect? Hopefully not in a collision, passing Luis on his bike on the way here? Or did you,
I hope so.
meet him there?
You want us to pick? I was like, you can have it either way. I can have Amy be terrible at driving stick, or we can meet you on the way there.
Yeah, like Luis is just pedaling down the road. He's just like freaked out from what just occurred. He stops multiple times to catch his breath.
I think maybe that's when, like, one of your stops to catch your breath, Amy sees you kind of panting by the side of the road in the headlights. She's like, "Huh? I think we found Lulu." She's gonna pull up and be like, "Hey, hot stuff, you want to ride?" It's like trying to lighten the mood in any way she possibly can.
Jack feels jealous at her saying that.
Hey. Do any of you have any water?
Oh, Amy goes into her bag and pulls out a bottle of Gatorade and chucks it to him.
June has a whole bladder in his backpack.
Amy
Camelback.
Yeah.
Amy
Camelback, yeah.
always has
Just like
Gatorade.
he's being just pelted with like various things. Like a water bottle lands in his dress. Wow. No, he'll probably like grab the first thing that comes to him, which, as Amy said, is this Gatorade bottle. He sort of looks at it like, gross.
Back before they had names, it was just orange.
Yeah, it was just
Exactly.
Gatorade.
What's the flavor? Orange.
Orange.
It's definitely
Orange
orange.
Gatorade.
Definitely orange. Like, it's got electrolytes. It'll make you feel better. Throw your bike on the rack on the back, because let's face it, we know Jerry's Jeep has a bike rack.
Alright, fine.
So-
Shuffles over, puts his bike on the rack, and then just guzzles the Gatorade. It just goes all down his front. He's just like, God, this is really, really bad. Oh,
It's a tight squeeze in this Jeep, too. Like, there are more kids now piled in this thing than there should be. How does Elias respond to Luis joining them?
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
June, did you bring Elias with you? Like, because he's kind of attached
Oh,
to
yeah.
Amy right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume he came with us.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I think
forgot.
if Luis sees that Elias is in the car, like he'll like put the Gatorade, cap it, and like look in the car, and then see Elias, and he's like, yeah, no.
What?
No. This no. I'll and he just like he goes right to the back of the Jeep and he starts pulling his bike off the rack. He can't do it because it's stuck on there, and he's like, he doesn't have the upper body strength at this moment in time because he's so fucking
Luke.
exhausted.
Lulu, what are you doing? Don't be
I'm
ridiculous. Get in the damn car.
I'm not getting in the car with that kid. No.
What?
Not gonna do it.
Why?
Nope.
Look, I
Nope.
know Jack's a pain in the ass, but just get in the car.
I'm not talking about Jack. You're right. He is a pain in the ass, but I'm not getting in because of him.
Hey.
I'm
I'm trying to decide if Amy twigs to the fact that he's talking about Elias.
we heard Elias scream because next door while I was checking the
I
notes.
kind of assumed that that was right when Amy was in the middle of had a towel over her head and was trying to get all the water out of her hair.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
So if Amy would look down at Elias right now, she would see him staring in Luis's direction with gritted teeth.
she's gonna be like,
I'll
"Hey, buddy, it's okay. You all right?
Shakes his head.
Kinda
Shakes his head rapidly. No.
What's the matter?
That's all I can do is shake his head rapidly. No.
She'll kind of look from him to Lulu and be like, Lulu?
What?
No. No. What's going on? What's with you two?
I don't know.
I thought you guys knew each other.
All Elias can do is just still you're worried he's gonna hurt himself by shaking his head so much.
Hey, bud. It's okay. Lulu's totally harmless. He makes you waffles.
I will say, Amy, when you mention waffles, you do see Elias relax a little bit. Like, not that that's necessarily a magic word, but that certainly like keyed him into like something that brings him comfort. And he does chill out just a bit.
Yeah, his jaw unclenches.
All right, bud. So, can he get in the car if he sits in the back and you stay up here with me?
You get nothing.
Nothing
It's
is
a risk you're gonna have to take.
nothing is not no. So, all right, come on, scooch in. Coda, get up here. Elias can fit between the two of us. He's tiny.
Okay. Coda just kind of hops over, squishes in.
I'm
Luke, get in
going
the back.
to
If
have
you
a
die on that
moment.
bicycle tonight, I'll never forgive myself.
I'm gonna have a moment with Luis as he's kind of deciding whether to get in the vehicle. Hey, so I know Elias can be a bit much, but I saw how hard you were pedaling when Amber was mentioned. So we need you. For Amber.
Why? What do you need me for?
Because you make them waffles. It's just a little bit bigger waffle.
You just... Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm not going near him.
That's okay. I think you'd prefer that.
And Luis just... Is it like a hatchback car?
It's a Jeep,
Oh, it's a Jeep.
Yeah, Jeep Wrangler.
but it's like a 4-door military style. So there is a
Okay.
back door. You don't have to climb over a seat to get in.
Yeah, no, he gets in through the back.
Sorry, car nerd. Go ahead.
4-door Jeeps exist. Shush.
In
In
the
our
night-
version
in-
of
in- I
Belfouche,
know.
they all have 4 doors.
All right. In our version of 1999, 4-door Wranglers.
Yep.
Actually,
yep, sorry.
probably,
That's why I didn't say anything.
it probably would have been a CJ, actually, technically, but either way.
So we fast
In our
forward to the
version, they
Jeep
exist.
pulling up to Jack and Luis's apartment building. Whose,
GM knows when to push forward.
whose home are you guys going for?
Jackson,
So we're-
hey, was the
Over
plan.
the apartment building. Yeah, we're going to mine.
Yeah,
Jackson.
Jackson.
So Jack, you let yourself in with the key that you have around, like on the chain around your neck, and have for years. June, go ahead.
It's very muddy. On the way up there, where there are footprints anywhere leading up to the door, that would match because I'm a scout, that would match the mud from the trailer park specifically. Especially because this is a mining town, there's like, you know, clay deposits and things like that, so there's lots of different types of dirt and stuff.
This is a pretty well occupied apartment building. There's a lot of families going in and out. But Jack, don't you live on like a higher floor?
I believe so.
Yeah. So June specifically, you would notice like, yeah, there's a lot of muddy prints. Like a lot of people got caught in the rain tonight. But leading to Jack's door, they stop. Like there are no tracks leading right to this door tonight.
Okay.
So Jack, you let yourself in with your key. Your dad's not here. The apartment's empty. What you see is another note left for you on the brass hourglass paperweight that your dad uses to leave you messages, the same one he left you this morning.
All it says is don't wait up.
Okay. Okay.
His handwriting looks a little sketchier than usual. Normally it seems very deliberate, purposeful in its writing, and today, or in this note, it's... Because he leaves me notes all the time, because I wake up and he's gone all the time. But this note, same paper, but it's a little sloppier writing than usual.
On the way up, Amy has been chatterboxing at Lulu, catching him up to speed on the madness that has been going on.
So why did Jerry and Meadow get taken to the... I don't understand.
As best we can figure out, Jerry heard Amber scream when she discovered that the window was broken and the kids weren't there, so he ran over to see what was going on, and then the cops showed up and
You're
assumed...
speaking way too fast. Can you just
Oh my
slow down just a little bit? Just a bit.
Jerry tried to help Amber.
You don't have to
Cops,
speak like I'm an idiot.
assholes.
You don't have to do that.
Pick a speed, Lou.
Medium?
Coda throws a
Pops-
bagel bite at you.
Oh, he
Yeah,
likes his steak.
Yeah, like Amy pops a now
Wow.
very cold and gooey pizza roll into her mouth. And around a mouthful of pizza roll says, Jerry tried to help Amber. The cops are dicks and decided that he must have been the one who did it. And they took him in for quote unquote questioning in handcuffs. Meadow, I don't actually know. I think she said something she shouldn't have about what happened outside the Raven, and fingers crossed she's talking her way out of it.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, Elias and I guess also June found a key card to the mine and had a vision of it stuck to a fridge that they thought might be Jack's. So she takes a look at the fridge and says, well, boys, is this the fridge?
June, it is.
I'm going to specifically look at, kind of with that kid confidence, the hourglass. Because as Jerry's kid knows about the brothers and sisters of time, I just find it very interesting that that's here. So he doesn't know what to do with it necessarily, but he's going to kind of tilt it sideways, notice that an hourglass is an infinity symbol that way.
When you tilt it sideways, you notice it actually does have an engraving of an infinity symbol on the bottom.
I'll turn it toward Jack.
Oh, my dad's had it forever. What?
This is... I mean, we're pretty young, so forever is still after...
I don't know, man. He's had it as long as it's always been here.
The Sky King cult, man. The brothers and sisters of time.
Wait.
The mines.
June? Too
Yeah.
much. Dial it in. We're thinking
I
about
mean-
Abby right now. Sky King cult, 20-something years ago. Right
Jack
now,
ignores Amy.
at-
So you're saying like my dad is a cult member? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, but my dad said it's all connected as he was leaving in the police car. So there's got to be something in all of this mess for why Abby Abby is the sister of Elias, who can see the past and predict the future, or see what's going on across town. He's got the ghost eyes, and Abby is linked to that. So it can't be an accident. Why would somebody steal a trailer park kid if it didn't have something to do with Elias? And if it's all connected, then Elias he's connected to the Raven, the mines, the ranch, the Moondogs. So yes, this hourglass probably means something.
Sarah, how does Elias respond to hearing June say that out loud?
When June mentions the ghost eyes and Abby being Elias's sister, he kind of like shrinks into himself a little bit and like pulls a little bit closer to Amy. Kind of just like, he doesn't say anything, but you get the feeling from the expression on his face that he's interpreting what June is saying as this is all his fault, that his sister was taken. That's what he's hearing, or that's what he's decided to hear from all of that. And sensing that, Amy is going to be like, June, dial it back a little bit. I'm going to point at Elias.
I think. Yeah,
Tell
I
you
think.
what.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
No, mine was a big, crazy thing.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Amy's gonna be like, tell you what. I still think that this is completely insane, but we're here, and apparently Elias saw Jack's fridge in a vision. So let's have a look around. And Jack, maybe we'll find something that explains all of this. And then we could just move on to the next thing. But we're here, and so why else are we here if not to find something? Huh? Cool?
I'll go up to Elias and kind of nod to Amy. And just like kind of that thank you nod of like, because he knows how his dad can go on rambles and how isolating that can be. Hey, Elias, it's not your fault. We all have things about ourselves that make us difficult for the people around us. And it even might put them in danger. My dad got arrested again. That's not good for me. That's all I had. And I know you didn't mean it. So I think the trick is really to find the people that are worth the difficulty by just being around them. And you know, you're worth it, buddy, to me. So I'm sorry.
June, Elias looks like he's reaching towards you, and surprisingly, it looks like he might be going to give you a hug. And then you realize he's reaching past you to take a framed photo off the wall. Like he's just reaching right behind your head, and Jack, he pulls down a picture of you as a little baby and your mom. And he takes it off the wall and he's just staring at it.
Elias staring at?
Elias is staring at the picture of your mom.
long has Jack's mom been gone?
12 years?
Okay, I couldn't remember. Thank you.
Does Elias's eyes flare from touching said object?
He seems very curious about it. They can flare if any of you guys want them to. I won't make it happen.
Elias, why are you looking at that? You know, a little dejected because he thought he was finally going to get a hug, and then again, Elias, what do you see?
He takes it down off the wall. You know, he's got it in both hands, and he kind of traces his finger on the picture. And at first, it looks like he's just circling Jack's mom's face and baby Jack's face. But then you realize that from one circle to the other circle, it slowly turns into a little infinity symbol as his fingers trace around.
I got goosebumps.
Well done.
Nice.
And then he just kind of looks up at you. It doesn't say anything.
What? It's a picture of my mom.
And it cocks his head to the side. And, like, his face is very unreadable. Like, you honestly can't tell what he's thinking as he, like, very carefully, like, almost, like, very gently hangs it back on the wall.
She's been gone a long time. She had anything to do with this.
Let's keep looking around and see if we can find anything. And Amy is gonna go and just start rifling through drawers and shit. She's just looking around. She's gonna, like, go look under the bed. She's gonna start, like, knocking on floorboards inside closets, looking for hidden rooms, opening shoeboxes and shelves. Not, like, throwing shit around or anything. She's being, like, careful about it, but she's just looking for anything.
Jack is very protective of his room.
No,
Doesn't want anyone in there, especially not Amy.
I think she mostly goes for Jerry's room. I mean, what's your dad's name? I forget.
So do I.
Thomas.
Thomas. There you go.
Well done.
I mean,
outstanding.
I don't think she thinks that your dad would hide anything in your room. So maybe she doesn't know your apartment, so maybe she tries to open the door to your room, and you can react to that however you like.
No, not in there. No.
Okay, I guess that's your room. That one okay? Like, points to another door.
I don't want any of you going through any of mine or my dad's stuff. This is not okay with me.
Is the kitchen okay?
Whatever, dude. Go make some food.
Yeah, not with the stuff you had here.
Not a lot.
Okay.
Not a lot anyway.
Came here. Jack, if you want to find out what, if anything, your dad has to do with this, we need to look around.
Don't fucking break anything.
I'm not gonna break anything. It's not on purpose. She says that last part under her breath and then begins rifling around shit in Thomas's room. Like, respectfully, she's not flinging stuff across the room, but she's like, you know, opening drawers, like lifting up shirts, see if anything's hidden under them, running her hands in the bottom. Like, she's watched enough, like, whatever, Matlock or whatever.
Nice callback, Matlock. Yes.
She's watched it up, or like, yes, lots of murder. Oh, her mother.
So much Murder, She Wrote.
Her mother loves Murder, She Wrote. She's seen a lot of Murder, She Wrote, so she, like, clicks into TV detective mode and starts doing all the shit TV detectives do when they're looking for clues.
Jack, do you want to say what she finds, or do you want me to?
Maybe we can do 50-50. She finds a photo album, and in that photo album are tons and tons of photos of not just Jack's mom and mother and father, but mother and father with lots and lots and lots of other people. Like a photo album of, some of them are just, mom and dad, with one or two other people. Some's dad with, 10 other people. Some's mom with 10 other people. Sometimes it's both of them. And some of those are like really, really large group shots with maybe 20 to 30 people in them. Somehow they got them all in the frame. And some of them are, 12, 15 years old. Some of them look like they could be 20 years old. But there's a lot of people in this photo album that all seem to be connected to Jack's parents in some way.
Amy looks to see if she recognizes any of these people from around town.
Amy probably wouldn't recognize any of them because she's too young.
Well, I mean, like people who are still there, but like look older now. Like she knows what her parents looked like back then. Like, are her parents in any of these pictures, or Meadow's parents in any of these pictures?
Weirdly, no. You have never met anyone in any of these photos, except for Jack's dad.
It is weird. In Belfouche? Jack, who are all these people? I mean, I know you weren't alive, but like, these don't look like anyone from around here.
I mean, there's my mom, there's my dad. That's
Yeah.
all I've got for you. I don't know who any of these people are. And you would also probably find a small .38 revolver under his pillow.
She kind of lifts up the pillow, sees it, and goes, "Oh, I am not touching that," and just puts the pillow back down immediately.
I would say she also finds his like calendar, like his agenda book of appointments he has coming up. Most of it's just scribbled in like military time. Like his shifts at the mine, he doesn't need to write down because they send Xerox copies home for him every week, and he usually leaves that out for Jack under the hourglass. But other appointments, you just see like their initials, and then an appointment in military time with no other details.
Do any of those sets of initials repeat, or are there any like recurring appointments?
You see WH a couple of times in the past few months. Usually like early afternoon. I see you Googling. Okay. Don't do it.
I'm not Googling. I'm typing notes.
Oh, not Googling. I thought you were looking up.
No. I'm writing notes.
Yeah.
I keep all of my game notes in a text file.
Yeah, I would also say you see GC as recently as this morning. Like maybe like 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
What were they? It was GC, and what was the other one? WM?
WH.
WH.
WH, excuse me.
Okay. And I'm going to look at our world building document really quickly.
No, don't do that.
No, those are there for, these are people we know.
June, you would also, you get your hopes up a second time as Elias returns this photo to the wall behind you. He brings up his other arm and like, is he gonna give me a hug? And then you realize Elias is trying to take your backpack off.
Sure.
If you let him, he takes it off by the straps, unzips it, and just unceremoniously starts dumping out the contents.
Okay. June is fully on board that Elias is a superhero kind of thing. Like, we will not do this without Elias and Ghost Eyes trademark pending. So whatever he does, honestly, he helps.
He starts trying to sort out all the things you pulled off your dad's wall. He starts like going through the index cards and trying to read them all.
Does he sound it out, or is it?
No, you just see him like, you would have taken like the index cards and the grouping your dad had here, like you kind of grabbed those and lumped them, and then you took this index card and all the stuff your dad had attached to that with like yarn, you grabbed that and lumped them. So he's kind of like starting to make stacks to look at the different like categories that your dad had pinned up to the wall, and he's just taking it all in.
I have like 3 things I want to do. There's so much. But for that, the most prescient thing, I'll see if Elias categorizes them in a way that we don't. We would do it chronologically or by dates or some other factor. I would imagine Elias is doing it by some other means that he's connected to, even if it's just don't know and do know, or it might be some otherworldly thing. So after a couple minutes, actually, I'll just watch him kind of make the stacks and try to pattern recognition something that, because June has seen these before and kind of knows the thread in the yarn. So I want to see discrepancies between what Elias is doing and what my dad would have done.
Is anybody watching you two start sorting these, or are you guys in the other room?
I think we're in the living room. I would imagine if it's like an apartment, it's kind of like connected to the kitchen. So I'd imagine Luis is
Luis
right
is,
there at the race.
He's sort of like trying to stay out of Elias's eyesight.
Eyes.
Yeah, his ghost eyesight.
Ghost eyes, they're watching you.
Seriously. So he's searching through the pantry. He's like,
There's almost nothing.
gross. Nope. Expired. He's like that ant. Expired. No. Instead,
Yeah, no, legit. That's what you're finding.
Yeah. Underrated, but good. Chef Boyardee. Really good stuff. Puts it back. And then as he hears the of June's backpack being undone, his sort of attention is brought over, and he's like, "What the hell?" And he watches Elias just dump June's backpack out and then start arranging these index cards. So he'll take the frying pan, put it back onto the stove, and go over, but just stand behind, about 10 feet behind Elias.
So, Luis, you would see as the kids are starting to sort through these, and June just giving Elias his full blessing to just go through his shit. You see the index cards that Jerry has written are all just kind of like a category with stuff connected to that category. And the first thing is Cult of the Sky King. And whether you know what that means or not is entirely up to Luis. But you see under the Cult of the Sky King is a stack of newspaper clippings, like a fat stack of really old looking newspaper clippings. But then on top of the newspaper clippings is a post-it note full of names. And then the second index card says Brothers and Sisters of Time, and then handwritten note same, question marks. And then he's got Xeroxes full of notes about that, and some of them make sense and some of them don't. And there's another list of handwritten names underneath that. There's another index card that says Bullock Ranch, and underneath that there's maps attached to it. There's an index card that says Infinity Father equals Sky King, question mark, and just a bunch of arcane symbols documented underneath that. There's an index card that just says Badlands Cryptids, and it looks like just printouts from message boards, like Yahoo message boards. And maybe to June's chagrin, Elias takes that stack and throws it behind him. There's another index card that says Wicked Raven, another fat stack of newspaper clippings. And then another index card that says Mintech, newspaper clippings, a couple post-it notes. Just a couple other handwritten notes you guys maybe see, maybe don't as well. June's seen it all before. But it's a lot.
What do you see, Elias?
Elias looks like he's just trying to read everything in high speed.
Okay. I'm going to kind of stand up, walk a couple steps back to Luis, after picking up some leftover, like, venison jerky. Just kind of hand it wordlessly. Like, with a kind of a June smile that you know is fake, but...
Luis takes the stick of jerky. It goes... It's a good brand. It's a good brand. Takes it, starts chewing on it.
Would it not be homemade?
Oh, is it homemade?
Oh, yeah, I would think it's homemade, for sure.
Oh, then, yeah.
So probably
Redact.
much better.
Redact. Oh, yeah, if he probably notices it's homemade, he probably goes, homemade. It's good. Takes it, starts chewing on it. Nice salt content. Texture's good.
I think you'll see June's eyes as you say, like, little compliments about the homemade jerky, and just says, like, with a smile, but just huge globs of tears in his eyes. Just, I don't know how to make them.
What do you mean? Who made them?
My dad.
Oh. Luis
Yeah.
looks at June and he sees the tears in his eyes. He doesn't know what to feel. Like in all those times past, he just stares at June.
June is going to break eye contact to look at the scattered notes of the cryptids, and there's going to be one note that has the words Badlands Beast on it, and looks down and looks back up at Luis with a, if you could communicate so much with a single look, it's, my dad is in jail. I thought this was connected. Elias is paying attention to these important things, and those are scattered on the ground. And Luis, you have heard June ramble enough at the beautiful spork that you know that he believes that the Badlands Beast took his mother. And I think you're, if I may, like, you're old enough to know that's a comfort of a fantasy. But June doesn't know that. But the look in his eyes is, they're scattered on the ground.
Luis doesn't want to get Elias's attention. He sees Elias on the ground. He feels like if he says anything more, Elias is going to know he's there, and then he's just, it's going to be bad time. And he sees June is on the ground, and he's ruffling through the information about this fantasy that he has about how his mom got taken away by this monster, which, as June says, is just a way of a child dealing with things. There's a lot of stuff coming at Luis, and he feels really uncomfortable right now. And he says, quietly, he says to June, I'm just gonna go outside. If you guys need me, just give me a call. I'll come in, okay? And he just turns towards the door, opens it, and goes out.
So we're gonna end it close to here. We're gonna finish on Meadow, but we'll go around Jack's apartment right now. Any last thoughts or actions from Jack before we close our scene for tonight?
Jack is pretty terrified because all of this seems to be implicating his father in a way it doesn't look good. And he already doesn't know his mother. And he already doesn't have a lot of food in the house. And he already has to lean on the people in the town to take care of him. What's this going to do to him?
What about Amy?
Amy is back on the photo album, just like flipping through it really slowly and looking at all these pictures. And wondering who these people are, because she hasn't seen any of them before, and everybody knows everybody in Belfouche. So who are these people? Where did they come from? Where did they go? As far as she knows, Jack's dad has always been here. So who are these people? And she's just kind of slowly going through it, and this idea of anybody in Belfouche knowing somebody not from Belfouche that's not like their immediate relative has really captivated her interest, and she's just kind of slowly flipping through the pictures and trying to imagine what kind of life they represent, if that makes sense.
So, Amy, if you're really taking the time to study these photos, and it sounds like she is, like sitting down to really comb through them, something does
she's kind
start
of, like,
to
flopped cross-legged onto the floor with the
Yeah.
album in her lap, and it's just lost in these pictures.
One thing that clicks for Amy is in a couple of the photos outside, you see a lot of the people in this family, friend group, you're not sure, have bikes with them. And it's the same era of bike that you have. And one of them looks a lot like your bike.
Interesting. Okay.
What about June?
June puts the scattered notes carefully back into his sack. Sits down cross-legged across from Elias, watching him work. Takes the hourglass and flips it so that the sand is falling, and looking through the glass kind of at a distorted Elias. And he notices that some of the sand that is falling is blue. That's it.
Perfect. So, Meadow, at this point for you, it's been a long night. It's about 2:30 in the morning at the sheriff's department. But you can hear at the front desk the night deputy speaking to a woman, and you hear her say, "Yes, I'm Grace Callahan. I'm here to pick up Meadow Moonwillow. Can I see her, please?" And they come and get you, bring you back. It's very, like, the deputy you were speaking to seemed happy to get rid of you. If anything, they kind of like, "Please don't come back." And then the other one that was speaking to you, "I might take you up on that coupon for the pottery thing. It sounded kind of fun. I'll swing by the shop."
You're
and you're
muted.
muted? Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I actually have some right here. And she just takes one out of her backpack.
Okay. Stay out of
And
trouble,
she
kid.
also takes her sweater off and wraps it around her waist to hide the fact that she's wearing Grace Callahan's leather pants right now.
The pants of the woman that picked her up. Oh my god, I love that. I love that.
Wow.
And we can decide if she takes you back to Amy's house or your own, but we will pick up next week. We're back on Sunday night, I think. And we're gonna have a proper adventure on Sunday night because we have a few more threads to unravel, I believe.
We do. I recognize the names on one of those cards.
This is. It's all connected.
Yeah.
What were the initials again? What were the initials?
Don't
I
worry
gotta
about it.
remember.
Rewatch the VOD. Don't say it right
Yeah,
now.
damn
Thanks
straight.
so
That's
much
fine.
for watching,
Right.
everybody. Listen. Thank you for all the raids. Thank you for all the donations. We made a bunch of money for Trevor Project tonight. What is the total right now? I think we just hit a milestone. If you guys can just... Yes. Okay, you guys. Tonight, Mates of Fate have officially raised over $3,000 for charity. We broke that tonight. Yay! Woo! Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you, community. We love you so much. And that was, I think it was like 180 alone tonight for Trevor Project. One of my all-time favorites. This is great. Fate. Listen. It's like we always say here on Mates of Fate. Check out Genasi Quoi. He's doing a bunch of other stuff. We're going to put some links in the Discord. Join us on the Discord. And the other thing we always say on Mates of Fate is like, am I the only teenager that wasn't hot? It's bullshit. Okay? I'm not. I'm charging more money for mine next week. Okay. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
I was born on a day in the internet age. Now it's backwards hat 90s of gaudy millennial days. So I check the feed, make sure I'm still here. It's my digital